Good morning. Welcome to Younger Life Live. It's Friday.
It's Friday.
It's Friday. My goodness. I'm Mary Anthony.
I'm Mike Sanders.
And you know what? We have had a great week, but it's flown by.
It has.
I said, I'm tired today. It's been such a busy week, but it's been a fabulous week. You know, we've been at the fair so much. I've been at the fair with my family and then at the fair for the hospital tent, and there's just been so much going on, and it's been a wonderful week. I remember on Monday when we were first discussing the fair, and I was kind of giving you little tidbits of what the hospital tent was going to
kind of do this. It's going to be.
And when I said Friday, you were like, Friday, whoa. You know, I said, I know, doesn't that seem funny?
Back.
But now we're already
here.
My goodness, the week has flown.
It is the WIMS time machine, baby. The Younger Life time machine.
That's right. It has been a wonderful week. And I did touch base with Rick yesterday after our show.
Okay.
And he said, I'm so sorry, because I had sent him that text. I said, hey, maybe we call you? He said, I'm so sorry you didn't get it till right at the very end of the show. And I said, oh, it's no problem at all. And he said they're having a wonderful time.
You didn't guilt trip him at all?
I didn't. And I said, why don't you just tell us all about it next week? So I said, he said, there's so much going on. We literally could make an entire show of just the things they've done, the walking, these just sights they've seen. And I said, well, good. We'll talk about that on Monday.
Good vacation is therapeutic, and it contributes to a younger life.
Absolutely.
Come on.
I mean, it's so nice. And, he said they've had a fabulous time. So I can't wait to hear all the details. I said, don't tell me too much.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it Monday then. And I said, you just finish, have a nice weekend. And I said, it's nice to talk to you. And we've had a great time here. And so I told him, everything's gone fine here. I didn't dare mention the air that went out and was fixed.
So he's aware of these.
Oh, okay. I
didn't
tell him that. I didn't want to tell him about the phone lines from the storm that had gone out but fixed. I thought we'll withhold some of that.
We only talk technicals. So we talk technicals.
At least it's all fixed. That's nice.
All better. All better.
So yesterday at the fair, I want to say first, I brought you pickles.
Hey!
Okay, so I brought you a couple pickles.
A couple pickles.
I got an order of pickles late last night.
The Burning Life guys were, giving me grief about that when I came in today. So they also intended to bring me some pickles at some point.
Were they there last night?
They said that they were there.
I didn't even see them. I didn't run into them. I mean, it was so crowded last night, I have to say.
That's awesome.
It is wonderful. But we were at the fair all day.
Yes.
So I kind of am nervous to see the little clip of me. Honest to God, I actually was so tired. I got something in my contact on my way to the fair. It just blew into the truck while I was driving, and so I got to the fair, kind of readjusted, but my eye was so watery, and I said
That's real life,
just want to
folks.
close my eyes. I was so tired. So
you look at the camera,
were
you're all
day.
weepy.
I probably looked like I was crying, but we were there all day, and then we left, and I in the matter of about 2.5 hours, we left the fair, and I took the kids out to eat, because although we had eaten at the fair, we'd eaten a little bit of snacks and junk, and the kids had ridden rides. Dwayne, did you hear that? My kids rode the rides, and they had a great time.
Liberal mom.
They had a wonderful time. We had a really good time, but it was so hot that we were just wiped. And I said, I kind of bribed him. I said, hey, if we get out of here a little bit earlier than I had planned, we can go ahead. And I said, we'll go out to eat before we go home, because I knew I was going back, and that was going to be dinner then. So I said, we'll go out to eat. That will be dinner, and rest in the air a little, and then go home. And we had friends with us too. And
you sold it.
So they were glad. And so we went out to eat. We left, and it was so nice. We all had big chef salads, and one girl with us had a taco salad. It was very, very, very good, but it made us rush. So we had dinner. I rushed, dropped off the kids' friends that were with us, got home and gave my boys a bath, and the baby our little sweet Avery that's with us every now and then, I was meeting her mother back at the fair. In that 2.5 hours that it took me to get back to the fair, they were so crowded. I had to park. For those that are familiar with the LaPorte Fairgrounds, there was a demolition derby last night again. So I didn't go in the back entrance because I knew that would be very full. So instead I parked in the main gate. Well, it was so crowded. The animal shelter's near there, and they have a dog park. They opened the gates, so people were parking in there. That's where they.
Oh man!
I had to park.
Wow.
All the way forever way. I couldn't get over how packed the fairgrounds were in that 2.5 hour span from the time I left to the time I returned. It was insane busy.
Did you turn on the pedometer?
I think my Fitbit's broken. I have to say,
no.
I'm so sad.
Because I'm like, yesterday, you had to do 30,000 steps.
Oh, I'm certain of it. Honestly,
steps.
I'm certain of it. And, I was so tired. My body, it felt so good to get home. Late last night, I watched a horse show in the draft horses after the comedy hour at the hospital thing. It's where my daughter was, her best friend shows, and she was showing. So I attended that prior to leaving. So we left the fair at 10:30. And I was so wiped. It felt so good to come home, take a shower. And when I laid down, I was just done. I was done for. But I certainly got above and beyond steps in. But my Fitbit, for some reason, is not taking a charge. And I thought, did I break it?
I think it's as tired as you were. Don't turn me off.
So it would not. I don't know. I don't know if it's broken or not.
You know what? I'm just going to, because we were going to take the numbers and then add them up and then divide them by the days. I'm just going to say you put in, I'm just, the official number is you put in 50,000 steps a day. That's it.
I'll take it. But I don't know.
Number.
Yesterday, I did a lot yesterday. But I didn't get the pickles until I was leaving. So they would be as fresh as they could possibly be.
You know what? I appreciate the tone in which you said fresh.
I wanted it to
it's from the heart. You like it.
I wanted them to be as good as they could because I love them so much. But it's funny. So on the way home, I snacked on the pickles, and I got home and I said to my husband, "You can eat a couple pickles, but you have to leave at least two in there for Mike. Leave at least two."
All my pickles look like boats because there's little bite marks on the top of the pickle.
No. So I put them in. I don't know how good.
What are these canoes? I don't
food.
understand.
So if anybody can see these,
listen to that. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at it. Shove
I
all up in the camera right there.
I don't even use dip or anything, so I just saved it off for you. I don't know how they'll be after,
No, they're gonna be great.
So they're less than 12 hours old, but
and they're radiating cold through the bottom. This is fair food right here.
Yeah.
This is...
I got home, I wrapped them all up nice and tight and put them in the fridge. So I hope that they're good cold. I've never had them cold because they never last that long.
Yeah.
Typically, they're still burning my mouth when I'm eating them because I love them. So
that
was my fair guilty pleasure.
I'll set a fire out back, roast them up a little bit.
There
it's good
you
to
go.
So, and burning issue, guys, I know you're listening. So, yeah, someone took care of Sanders.
I did.
Somebody took care
I
of
said I
Sanders.
would.
Yeah,
I did.
Burning issue,
a couple days late, but whatever. I did. So, anyways, the hospital did a fabulous job last night. It was their colorectal comedy hour.
Yes.
It was so good. I love their tagline because comedy's funny, but colon cancer isn't, and it's very true. They had a handful of comedians. I believe 7 or 8. They did such a great job, and I showed this on the camera yesterday. But I think this is so funny. I brought this for you too. They were handing these out.
What is
Can
that?
you see this?
Let me see. I'm gonna look into the camera to see it. Ha! There it is.
It's hand sanitizer, but it's shaped like a T-shirt. And it says, "What's up your butt?"
I'm glad it's not shaped like a butt.
I know. It's funny. I have to tell this story. It's so cute. I told my boys yesterday. So we rushed home, like I said, fair, dinner, rushed home. I was giving them baths, so they were already ready because they were going to stay with their big sisters. That way all my kids were just going to be home. And I was giving them a bath, and they said, "Why are you going back?" And I said, "It's for work, but I'll only be there a little bit, but it'll be bedtime before I get home." So they said, "Well, what are you talking about tonight?" And I said, "We're talking about butts." It's just, I know it's not necessarily exactly what we were talking about, when we're talking about colonoscopies and stuff, they don't understand that, but they understand butts.
They understand that, yeah.
And they were laughing so hard.
They're like, butts have parts? They do have parts.
It's just funny.
And you got to take care of those parts.
And it's funny. I said, we're talking about butts. Well, they were cracking up, and my 4-year-old was telling my 11-year-old, saying, "Mama said they're talking about butts tonight." And she said, "That is not nice." Like, she thought he was making it up.
You are being crass.
And then she said, "That is not nice." And he said, "That's what Mama said."
Yeah, come on.
And so then I could hear them. They were in the other room. And she said, "Mom," like she's like calling out to me. Emmerich said, and I laughed. I said, "We are talking."
She's ratting out her younger brothers. I love it.
They're always tattling. I mean, for parents out there, I know you feel this pain.
Yep.
I always say, quit being a tattletale, but I think I say that all day long because someone's always being.
But I appreciate the intel of the children telling on the other ones. I don't want them to tattle, but I do. Yeah. But
it's funny.
Yeah. But talking about butts.
And so they had a great turnout. I was not really sure exactly how the hospital was going to set that up in the tent because I've been there every day. I know the size of the area. I wasn't exactly sure what to expect upon arrival, but I get there and they had chairs set up and a little stage set up, a little curtain in the background. I mean, it was so well done and so well received. The people were laughing. It was nice to see people filtering in and out. I saw a lot of people getting food and coming on in.
Gotcha.
And so they were nice. They were appreciating a place to sit down. But, they also had a table set up where they were handing out these little funny hand sanitizers. This one's for you.
Thank you.
And
I'm going to put this next to the pickles.
that's right. So
Up your butt.
Yeah.
Well, it's a pickle.
Apparently.
This is not an
Anyways.
issue you want to sit on. You know what I'm telling you. Come
Yeah,
on.
there
Here
we
we go.
go.
All week.
So it was funny.
Wah,
I did
okay.
get to interview one of the comedians. He was fabulous and very funny. I mean, just talking to him about how he approached this was funny, and it was a great time. Oh, do we have a call?
Okay, looks like we have a call.
Okay, let me grab these.
Welcome to Younger Life Live. Who's this?
Hello,
Hello, who's this?
Delaney Jenkins.
Hey, how can I help you?
Someone told me to call this number to win season passes for the fair.
Oh, that's the Burning Issues guys.
Oh, they were already gone.
Yeah, they're already gone. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Are they doing it tomorrow? Do you know by chance?
On their show, sure. On the Burning Issues, 8 a.m.
Okay, is this the number you would call for that?
Oh, yeah.
So at 8 a.m. tomorrow they'll be doing it?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. Thank you so
All
much.
right. All right.
Thanks. Have a
Thank
great
you. Bye.
day.
You too. Thank you.
Oh, no.
So it's all gone now. So there's why we should screen sometimes.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny.
Star VIP hotline. Who's this?
That's right. Well, that works.
Hey, we got that.
So
information
what's
out there.
funny? I didn't want to offend her. I wanted to say, "What's up your butt?" Did you know? But I thought she might take it the wrong.
Yeah,
might
yeah.
not
What?
take it in the same
I wasn't
context
listening
of
right when you
we're
guys were talking about
discussing
that part.
colonoscopies. Yes, that's what we mean when we say that. But so they did a great job. It was funny. They actually had staff there taking information for those people that would like to sign up for colonoscopies, which I think is important. It's a super important discussion.
Well, I've had
And,
mine. So
they recommend not till age 50. I've got a while before I have to worry about
I'm not
it.
50 yet, but I decided, that I had a weekend free, so I figured.
Do you know what's what? One of the comedians was so funny. I don't think it's on tape, but he said, I have to wait till I'm 50. Why? He said, I thought it was 40. He said, I'm getting closer to 40. I thought I only have a few more years. It was just funny. And obviously we talked to Dr. Tatel. He is awesome. And I have to say, I saw his wife and child there, and they are so cute. And so that was nice to see. And we got to talk to him for a minute. We've Skyped with him before, and he's just a really great guy, full of great information. But it was nice to see him there in that context too, where he was doing a little bit of mingling and answering questions, or just kind of trying to inform people about colonoscopies. And that was nice to see. That was kind of outside of the comedy stuff. So they did a great job. We only have a few minutes of it. They didn't want to tape the comedians necessarily, as far as just on them. It was more or less we kind of talked in front of the tent, so you can kind of see and hear the people in the background. It was a great time, though. I have been really impressed. I was telling some of the hospital staff, the marketing staff, that I've been impressed with how the hospital has handled this week. It isn't, again, we love the proactiveness. We love that they are there for positive reasons, but they've also handled it so well. And they haven't even had to try to draw people in. There's just been people there.
Coming in, drawing themselves in.
It's just nice, and it's nice to see. So can we take a peek at that little?
Let's take a peek at that.
Okay, so I'm back. Today's day 4. I've been the most excited about today. It's Colorectal Comedy Hour, and I'm here with John, who's been one of the comedians.
I'll tell you guys a true story.
Could you tell us what brought you here today? And I mean, you did amazing. Everybody was cracking up. This was so much fun.
It brought me here because Ben Conowitz, I think he's called Ben King Conowitz. I don't know. He owns LaPorte. I don't know his whole deal, but he asked me to do this, and a little benefit to get people out there and know about colon cancer, and so yeah, I came out for that.
Again, the hospital's line is because comedy is funny, but colon cancer isn't, and I think it's so important. It's such a great event. I know they did a similar event last year, and it had so much success. People, a lot of people signed up for colonoscopies. It's a topic that's not always the most comfortable to talk about.
Yeah.
And so I love the hospital faces it head on, proactive, saying it's funny, let's laugh at ourselves, but it's also important, and it's such an important topic. So is this something that you typically joke about? I mean, butts are kind of funny anyways,
No, butts
right?
are funny, but no, I mean, it's not something I normally joke about, but it's something that's it needs to be out there, it needs to be aware.
Yep.
So when they asked me to do it, they were like, hey, write a little bit about colonoscopies.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, Google colonoscopy for the very first time in my life. You know, I'm 40, so I got 10 more years before I have to get one. Yeah, I got a little bit of leeway there. But yeah, I mean, it was just it's weird because I like to do comedy. I like to do my regular material, and it's just random stuff that I think of. But then when somebody has a theme, I love doing theme stuff. It's amazing because then I can sit down with an idea and go over that.
I think that's so cool. So is that did you draw anything in particular for inspiration for this? Because this is something very different.
Right.
Even as a topic. I mean, I think it's just funny. I wondered how they nailed down the comedians to say, hey, and we're talking about colonoscopies.
Right.
Because sometimes it isn't funny.
Yeah. So, well, I did draw from an experience that I had. I didn't have a colonoscopy, but I had a lower GI.
Okay.
So I was, I'm in the area. I'm in the area. I should be, I know a little bit about it, So yeah, I took from a personal experience and then kind of just had some ideas in my head that I was going to riff on stage and see how they worked, and it seemed to work pretty well.
Obviously, it worked very, very well.
It was really fun.
I think that's good. Is it difficult to use personal experiences in any of your comedy, or is it easier?
It's so much easier to use personal experiences because when you do comedy, you don't want to step on anybody else's idea, or so the best way to keep it unique is to just draw from your own material, your own life. So that way nobody's else is going to have that. Nobody's going to have the story that I have.
Well, do you know what I love? I love that idea because I think it's important to laugh at ourselves.
Right.
And even in the worst of times, if you can laugh your way through it, so I think that's a great example. It's just funny. There's been so many people in and out of here loving this. I think it's fantastic. So I hope this is something they do again. Would you do it again?
I would totally do it again. I'll go get a colonoscopy just so I can have more material. I'll do whatever I have to do.
Awesome. I think John's a keeper then. I think that's great. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you. That was fun.
I'm excited to have Dr. Tatel with us. We Skyped to them before on Younger Life Live, and you're awesome. We had a great show. Rick and I really enjoyed it. We had pictures of you that had a shirt on that said, "What's up your butt?" And I found that really funny. So again, look what I get. They're handing out here. So it's just funny. I love it. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do?
I'm a gastroenterologist, and I help people with digestive and liver disease. And one of a main focus of a gastroenterologist is colon cancer awareness and prevention by utilizing colonoscopy for that purpose.
I think it's great. And 50 is the age, right? The recommended age
for an average risk person, which most of us are. So starting screening at age 50 is recommended.
Unless there's, risk factors or something like that.
Correct, yeah.
That would possibly, give you worry, need you to send you to the doctor right away. Now, what I love here about this event tonight, too, I love that it is proactive. We've talked about that all week. The hospital does such a fabulous job of being proactive and trying to promote ways to prevent and ways to just lead a healthier lifestyle to keep you out of the hospital. And I think that's what makes our hospital so unique as well. They're so involved with the community on the fun things, not just the bad and scary moments of our life. How long have you worked with LaPorte Hospital?
I've been with LaPorte Hospital for 4 years.
I know you guys were doing some, interacting with the people here at the fair in case they did have any questions or talking about colonoscopies. It's not all just comedy in here, which they're doing amazing too. They're doing such a great job. In here also, people are signing up if they are inspired to sign up for a colonoscopy or realize that this might be something that they need to really, look at now. Maybe they put it off. Everybody's afraid, and typically it's small fears. Do you find that it's these fears that are really nonsense that people get themselves the most worked up over that prevent them from actually getting?
I would say definitely. The fear of the unknown, anticipation is far greater than the actual experience, and most people after this procedure they say, "Oh, it was so easy, not a big deal."
That's so nice.
So that's what you hear if you talk to someone who's had a colonoscopy.
That's so nice. I mean, that's nice to know. Nice to know. I still have quite a few years before I have to worry about it.
Right, same here.
Yeah, that's nice. Isn't it? I'd like to point out your shirt if we could. What's the reaction you typically get from the public when you walk around?
I get a good smirk, good laugh.
I love it. I think it's so funny.
I don't think they know the background totally, but they definitely get a look.
Yeah, I think it's brilliant, and it goes along perfect with the comedy hour. The comedians have been fantastic too. So I appreciate you being here and talking to us and bringing such a great event to the fair.
Yeah, my pleasure as always.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wasn't that fun? Oh, look at that.
It is.
I like, don't hold it on that face.
Picture. That's great. I wish I could do that.
No, that's terrible. So it was fun. And did you notice how tired I looked in that?
I did not
I
notice
said,
that.
oh, man, I look exhausted. Oh, well. It was fun.
Well, a week at the fair will do that to you.
It does.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's a great time. And last night, it was such a nice night. As hot as it's been, and honestly, just sticky hot. It was so beautiful in the evening. Once it started getting dark, I said, this is gorgeous.
Yeah.
This is perfect
Well, last
fair
night
weather.
really carried over to today.
It did. Like, you had that little brisk, not even brisk, but cooler
cool
breeze.
in the air.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was
Still
so
warm, but
nice.
cool in the air.
It was
Dig it.
so nice.
Yeah.
So it was fabulous at the fair. They did a great job. LaPorte Hospital did a great job with these comedians. They were all great. I just this gentleman John that I had spoke to was so funny and very just. It is what it is.
He has a look of a comedian.
Yeah, he does.
He looks like he's going places.
And I was really pleasantly surprised to find out that these comedians are all fairly local. Talking to the hospital staff, I said, "How local?" And they said the furthest away was Ann Arbor. So very local in for the most part, and that was nice.
That's very
and
cool.
just really really cool. I said, "I'm just curious. I know that they had done the colorectal comedy hour previously. I believe it was Dr. Tatel said he thought it was I know it was within the last 2 years, and I thought it was last year. So it was sometime. Again, I didn't go, and I asked if any of these comedians were the same, and they said, "Oh no, they wanted to change it up," which is nice.
That's
because
awesome.
I feel like that's important too for people to know if they hear of this coming up or anything like that. It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
It's different people. It's different topics.
Different experiences.
And I love even that they did different comedians because you may not necessarily love one comedian, the material that they use.
Or the delivery.
But the next, that's it. Yeah,
but
delivery is
the next guy
always
might
different.
Be your cup of tea.
Yeah. And it was just nice. It was really funny. And they had a woman in there. She was very funny. And I really liked it. It was very engaging. It was a great thing that they did. I loved it. Today, the hospital is doing, they're doing a mini, you know how we did Dirt to Delicious in May?
Yes.
They're doing, it's not the exact same thing, but they're doing a similar thing. And actually, Sasha G. Burns will be there. After they were breaking down the tent and everything, all of the comedy setup they had last night, all the chairs and all that stuff, they were setting up a couple tables. And I said, what's tomorrow? And I remember talking about it on Monday, but I couldn't really remember what tomorrow was going to be, meaning today. And Sasha G. Burns and the library will be there. They're doing a downscale Dirt to Delicious kind of thing, a mini Dirt to Delicious.
All right.
But they are going to have hands-on planting kits. Sasha G. Burns will be there, and she was there. She showed up last night carrying a big old bag of dirt, and they said, "How many of those do you have?" And she's like, "I have quite a few of them in my car, and all this other stuff." And
Horticulture, baby.
So they were helping her haul in as we were
Kind of
breaking down chairs. Yeah, they were bringing that in to set
Next
up for
exhibit
today.
in right here.
Yeah, so they're going to be hands-on planting kits. The pickling kits that they had done at the Dirt to Delicious were an enormous hit, and it actually was the inspiration for us to make pickles here and see how easy it was and how good they were.
It was easy.
So they
really
will
good.
be doing do-it-yourself pickle kits, which is great, and interactive kids games. That's today from noon to 4 p.m.
Starting
at the
early.
LaPorte
Here we go.
Hospital. Yeah, the LaPorte Hospital tent. That'll be going on today. I won't be there for that today. Taping for the fair will now be over for us. I will still be there today. I'm doing a barn watch, which is funny. We can volunteer to watch a barn, which you sign up for a barn, and you kind of make sure that people aren't touching projects and stuff. I'm doing one of the community buildings. Actually, I'm doing small projects building. So I make sure nobody's messing with the projects, and everybody is assigned an hour or two.
Your exhibit's going to be the busiest one. Mary Anthony's here.
Oh, whatever,
come on.
please.
Hey, you.
Get real. Anyways,
real.
we did it last year, and my kids and I did, and we sat at the little desk, and my kids, swept the floor and walked around and dusted. They liked it, and it's nice, and it's important that people do get involved, especially if you have kids in 4-H, because they do need people to make sure that no one's ripping apart a project that someone put a lot of hard work
into these things,
and time, and that's how they keep the barns up. They can't pay people to do it. The fair it's 4-H fair. This is what we do. So, it's
well, on
no
a
big
side
deal.
note, this takes my brain somewhere else. I just want to, what am I looking for here? the virtue of volunteering.
Absolutely.
You have to. And when you're involved with a group, you don't take the time. Some people get involved with groups and, you take the benefit of the group without contributing to the whole group.
It's important for the kids to see too. Fair.
Yeah.
It isn't just, other people that take care of it and you just show up. It's a lot of work on every level.
Yeah.
And same thing with the 4-H buildings and the animal buildings. The animal barns, the parents and people, 4-Hers, volunteer to watch them. It's the same thing. So I'll be there for that tonight, not in the hospital tent. But I told them all, I said, I'll be by. I'll still stop by. And
you
say,
give high fives, but then go to your
tent. I stopped by yesterday. The hospital tent, it's funny that I've been there every day, so I've known the things that they have. Well, yesterday when we arrived to ride rides, we had the baby with us, and my kids were so excited about taking her that they forgot. So they wanted to help me load the truck up to leave yesterday.
Okay.
So I set out my purse, the stroller, got the baby in her seat, all ready to go, and the diaper bag. And they said, okay, we have everything. So we leave, and I had my phone and the keys. Everybody else apparently grabbed everything. And on our drive there, I said, who brought my purse? I did. Okay, who grabbed the stroller?
Oh, no.
I did.
Oh, no.
Who grabbed the diaper bag? No one. No one grabbed the diaper bag, which had the sunblock and, of course, diapers, which wasn't a problem. I know lots of people at the fair, lots of people in the barn, so I already knew I could snag a spare diaper somewhere should I need it, which I knew I would.
But the diaper bag holds so much more.
It does. So I said, what are we going to do at least about sunblock? I was the most concerned. My youngest is fair, very fair, and the baby, of course. Now, if my own kids get a little sunburn, of course I'm going to see shame on me. But I can't let that happen to someone else's child.
Baby. Yeah, come on, man. Yeah, your kids, you're like, rub some mud on it, you're good to go.
I knew at the LaPorte Hospital tent, because I've been there every day, that they were giving away sunblock. So they were giving away little tubes of sunblock, which was brilliant on their part, again. And
it is summertime after all.
I went right there. It's funny. So we arrived yesterday, and I went right there, and they said, "Hey, we didn't think you were coming so early." And I said, "I'm not here for Younger Life stuff. I'm here to say hello, and can I have a sunblock, please?"
I'm not giving right now. I'm taking.
No, it was funny. So I was able to lather up, and it was very nice because after a couple hours, I went to reapply to at least my youngest and to the baby. And a lady sitting in the shade, she said, "That's such a handy little thing." And I said, "LaPorte Hospital tent." They were very prepared when I was not. So please, go there. And it was nice. So I was very thankful that they were there. They've done a great job.
Yeah.
And so I encourage people to pop in.
With the big issues and the sunblock, the little issues.
The little things.
Taking care of it all.
And the hand sanitizer.
And the hand sanitizer.
Yeah. With mine yesterday, as we were in a couple of the barns and come out, and they have like these big, hand sanitizer stations. And I said, "Oh, I don't need one. See, I have my own what's up your butt hand sanitizer. Took care of that all on my own."
Like, get closer.
So I knew you needed one too.
Yeah.
I knew you needed one.
Always something up my butt.
Yes. So today again, noon to 4 will be the little mini Dirt to Delicious, and then I am gonna go on to tomorrow's just. Since we won't be here tomorrow to talk about it.
It's the weekend, man. Come on.
Tomorrow, again, I mentioned this on Monday, but tomorrow is the family day.
Okay.
So from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the LaPorte Hospital tent, they will be giving car seat safety demonstrations with the LaPorte firefighters. And they'll have little mini challenges, these little firefighter mini challenges for the kids, which is fun. The kids like that. I know the Edith House is there. I've seen it myself. So it won't be with the tent, but it is there.
Now, what is that?
The Edith House is the thing that Rick and I toured, the smoke simulation.
That's right. Okay.
Getting out of the house thing. That is already at the fair, which is wonderful all in itself. But the firefighters will actually have little challenges, like mini little games and stuff set up at the LaPorte Hospital tent tomorrow. And then doing the car seat safety. And is your child in a proper seat? If they're not, they're assisting with that. So definitely, again,
how to strap
great
the seat
day.
in, all that.
And make sure that actually your child's in the proper fitting seat.
Yeah.
And if not, they give you a seat. It's really an amazing program.
Wow. Yeah.
It's
pretty cool.
It's expensive. So I mean, seats are expensive.
It's been a while since
and
I've had the price those.
It really is.
Now,
I know,
going
that's
through
it.
4 of them, you're
well,
like,
even my youngest being 4, how they've changed just in the last few years.
Yeah.
it's definitely different, and the regulations are always changing and being adjusted. So it's important to
I see him in the store and
stay
I'm like,
on top
like
of
a
that.
rocket seat now.
I know.
Like,
now
it
it's
has
like
so many harness points.
that looks like a rocket ship, man. I mean, can I get one of those?
Yeah, really, an 18-point harness now.
A lot
Man.
more comfortable.
We use
It's
duct
funny.
tape for our kids.
My 6-year-old, he often comments. He said, sometimes I miss a baby seat because when I want to sleep in the van, because he's in a booster, he's 6.5 now, and he said sometimes when in my baby seat, if I wanted to sleep, I could just lean my head on the side, and now. Even in the high backs, they're different the way they fit, and so it's interesting. So that's tomorrow, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. They'll be there all day.
Very cool.
With that family fun kind of stuff. So it's important to check it out.
That's a nice way to spend the early part of a Saturday.
It's a nice way to wrap up the fair week as well. It's a end on a safety note and fun too, fun and games. So. That'll be going on, and lots of stuff going on at the fair. Lots of people, lots of food, lots of fun. So,
but good for young families too. Little ones.
Oh my goodness, there were so many people, and I know armbands as far as riding for today. I believe started it was 10 a.m. I'm gonna look. It was 10 a.m. or noon, but it went today until 11 tonight. Like today's
riding?
the longest ride day that you can
Gotcha.
get the armband for.
Okay.
We rode yesterday, which was noon to 6 with the armbands. Every day it was different. Every day there was a special, but
noon to 6, that's good riding time too.
it was. That's why we went. It's easier. I knew I was going to be there in the evening anyways, so I wanted to ride during the day. But there's also a little less people, and that's easier with the kids. I'm much more comfortable to tell my older kids stay together, and they also rode with their cousins. Stay together, and then my sister and I take the youngest group around, and then the other older ones just check in. And I'm a little more comfortable doing that when it is during the daytime and there's not as many people. By last night, honest to God, I couldn't get over how crowded the fair was. So
that's a sign of a good fair.
Absolutely.
It builds.
They
over
know
the
how
course
to
of the
do
week.
it.
Yeah, it builds over the course of the week, and by the time you get to Thursday, your big crowds are there. Friday, man, it's over the top, and then you kind of start doing your safety things, your family oriented things. Slow it down on the weekend a little bit.
Yeah,
but it's still
today and tomorrow. Just to throw out the armbands because I did mention it. $25 gets you unlimited armband.
Okay.
For rides today is 1 to 11 p.m. Tomorrow is noon to 10.
Okay.
So those are the longest days.
Yeah.
That's $25 for that band. But it's a lot of hours. And what's nice about that is that if you do come and go, you don't have to stay at the fair the whole time.
The whole time you go do something else, come back.
If you go home for a little while and then go back to the fair, that's nice. So
very cool.
Lots going on. Yep, definitely pop in at the hospital tent, especially if you need. They have sunblock and lots of little things. They always give out great information. That's the other thing I want to point out. They aren't just telling you
Which
these
is the main
things.
benefit.
That's it. They aren't just telling you these things. They're giving out these recipes. They're giving out these, stretching techniques on the ergonomic kind of thing. When it was sports medicine.
Are they still like someone there that can answer questions?
They are not doing sports medicine now, but I mean, every day whatever event they have going on, they're giving you this information. So take these things home. Take home these flyers. Take home this education material.
And the people who are probably manning the tent can refer you to the right people to ask.
Oh, absolutely.
Later on too.
If you mentioned, hey, I missed sports day, where can I get a hold of Dr. Sarah Bancroft? They'll give you out all that information. I mean, absolutely. Yeah. They've just done a great job. It's nice to see, and it's nice.
They're
to
ready
see
to help.
They are.
There it is. There it is.
They are. They've done a great job. So, what about you this weekend? Aren't you getting so excited for going to see your daughter?
Got a
and
lot of
out?
stuff to still get finished today, and then we're heading out sometime around 4 a.m., 3 a.m. to head on down to make that drive, and then see our daughter in her natural habitat.
Well, it's nice. Absolutely, it's nice to kind of get there, and this is a great time to do it. You know.
And I'm glad the weather's changed. I mean, I'm glad I like the hot weather to a certain degree.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's changed. It's got that cool in the air. It's like, okay, we'll get the kids up. We'll throw them in the back of the van.
I know.
Head on down.
I keep thinking, I think we were crazy to book a Florida vacation because, we'll be gone soon for almost a week and a half. We'll be gone. And I keep thinking we were nuts to do Florida in July. But, because of the heat. Yesterday we kept talking about that to the kids.
Yeah.
It was so hot. And they would say, oh, it's hot. Yeah, add 20 degrees.
Yeah,
and that's
Florida
where we'll
heat,
be.
man. Yeah.
That's where we'll be real soon. But it's okay. You know what? We'll take it and go with it.
We'll see in a couple of weeks, too, I've got friends from Florida coming here to visit. So
they'll be looking forward to the cool off.
They're getting away from,
Yeah. It'll be interesting. The last time we did Florida, it was November. So it was beautiful. And this will be our first time in in the middle of summer.
Yeah, middle of Florida.
Now I
middle of
realize
the
why we got
summer.
our condo so cheap.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, come on down.
And we're like, oh,
Come
this was such a
on.
great deal. Yeah. We're going to get down there and going to realize real quick why.
Yeah,
You know?
keep drinking that water. Just drink that
Oh,
water, man.
absolutely. Yeah, stay hydrated. And we're still going to, I'm hoping to get a little bit of out of the norm physical exercise in, something different. I know where we're staying there, they have zip lines and stuff. So I'm interested to try that. I've done little zip lines. I'm interested to see how theirs are and
Well,
try something new.
I'm sure they're going to be awesome. But yeah, keep little towels with you. That's a Florida thing. I do it
That's a
myself.
good-
Keep little towels because you are just gonna spick it, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's just gonna be.
Just at the fair all week. Honestly, like I said, I'm a hugger. And when I saw Dennis, I was like, I better shake your hand because
Yeah.
I'm pretty sweaty. I mean, I'm just wet with sweat.
yeah.
You know, I mean, everybody.
It's like
And I
slugs all
would
over the
run
place. It's trail of
into.
moisture. It's weird.
That's it. I would run into friends that I haven't seen in a long time. And, you know, childhood, whatever. So I hug them anyways and think, wow, their shirts is soaking wet as mine. How nice. And I didn't spill anything.
We're melting.
We're just melting.
Oh man.
So, yes, I am. I'm looking forward to that and
Oh.
getting away too. But I'm really excited about next week. We're going to have a great week.
Well, Rick's coming back, and
Rick will be back. It's going to be the week's going to fly by again.
It is.
We get to check in with Jackie, Jenny, Dwayne. We haven't seen them in
It's
almost
been
a
a
month.
while,
We had
yeah.
to skip due to, they actually fell on the 4th of July last time. And, they're normally our check-ins Monday. And for the month of July, just due to holiday vacations and actually stuff that they have going on with work, we've bumped it to Tuesdays. So they're going to join us on Tuesday. And I miss them. We haven't seen them. And
now when you get them out here, are you gonna try to introduce the bouncy balls to that one, or are you gonna wait?
I'm hoping to. But you know what? I'm going to spring it on them. So you never know.
Well, let's keep this between ourselves.
Yeah, we will.
They're not listening right now.
We'll
so.
see. You know what? I think that would be awesome, especially since we haven't seen them in a while. It would be something fun to do.
Yeah.
And get out and I just look forward to seeing how they've been doing over the last month.
How the
I mean,
vacation, the vacation time.
yeah,
the
and
4th
if
of
they're
July.
still, if they found any new inspiration to stay motivated on their tracks, because I really could use some of that. Rick and I tend to be the two that are constantly going, really, you've done so good. Don't ask us how we've done.
We haven't made the same goals and
Yeah, we're there. We've made the same goals, but unfortunately, have not achieved the same success.
Oh,
but
man.
again, our hearts are in the right places.
Yeah.
And I can't speak for Rick because, like I said the other day, he took 27-mile bike rides. So
Yeah.
He's
expect that
achieving
gonna
better
come
than
back.
myself.
He's gonna have a nice bronzy hue.
I know.
Calves of steel,
all his hiking and stuff.
all that
so.
hiking and whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. Next week again is Ask a Pharmacist. So please, any questions,
Get them
them into us. You can call, leave a message if you get the if you get the machine or something. Leave a message, send it an email, shoot Rick a text. Again, he'll be back Monday.
It's one of my favorite things that this show does is Ask a Pharmacist.
I think so too. Even when questions, sometimes we get bombarded and then other times we only have a handful of them. But I love that it is constantly reoccurring, even when there are only a few, because it's so important. They're a phenomenal resource. Our pharmacists are, and our pharmacists at LaPorte Hospital, they always do such a good job of being ready.
Yeah.
They're ready to take on anything we ask them.
Anything you
even
ask.
when it's not necessarily medicinal. When we're talking about supplements and stuff, they can give advice on that, but of course that's not their expertise. But they do such an amazing job.
But the knowledge base is so strong of what they have. Yeah.
And they're always so ready, and they do such a great job of answering these things that, we talked about swimmer's itch forever to poor Jeremy last time, the pharmacist Jeremy.
Yeah.
And again, that's something, again, it's a little outside of the typical, what you would think of to ask your pharmacist. And he did such a great job with that. And, we had the Zika talk and all of these things.
That was brilliant.
I know.
That was brilliant.
So much information.
I'm still espousing what I learned on that to my friends.
I know. It's nice.
Yes.
And that's just what I'm saying. They're always ready to answer so many great questions that I love it. I love that it's reoccurring. I hope we get to keep that on indefinitely and don't have to worry about losing that segment, because I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
So that's next Thursday. Yeah. And, who knows? I know we're trying to we're always working out new things.
Yeah,
You never know.
yeah.
But
The hammer and
it's
anvil are
always
always
fun. Yeah. It's always fun. So it'll be a very busy week. And then I know the following week, Rick was really hoping to do Fair Rewind, but I believe we're going to just do different Rewind, only because we don't want someone to hear it and not realize it's a rewind and attempt to go to the fair.
Yeah, you're standing in the middle of the...
The more we thought about that, the more we thought, that's probably not our best plan, only because we would hate for someone to plan an outing.
Yeah, you don't want to give them bad information. It's old information.
That's it.
Person standing in a field mad at you because you told them it was today.
Or they would be going out to the fairgrounds and going, where is everybody?
They're looking around.
Where's this tent that I'm supposed to be at? You know? So we would rather not do that. So that's what we were thinking. We're still going to do a rewind because I'll be gone.
Yeah.
And Rick's just going to be settling in, and I can't imagine how much he's going to have to catch up on. So that's why we're going to do a rewind that week. But always lots of stuff going on.
But then when we come back, everybody gets back together.
Then we'll refresh and be already into August.
And maybe start tackling Workout Wednesdays.
That's what that's my new goal.
Maybe.
And honestly, on August for me, although I know that's like the dog days of summer, everybody says, for me, I get like revived. I am raring to go in August. And I think it's because it's back to school time. I've always had that mentality as a student, and obviously with kids in school. Yeah. It's an exciting time of year where we're back to school shopping.
You're going shopping,
getting planning for the new year, quote. So I feel like for me, it's time
for families. That is the start of the new year.
It is.
It really is.
And regardless of weather, you're gearing towards fall, even though I know it isn't, but you are. Yes. You mentally are. And so it's like August for me is like a new start. It's exciting.
I'm totally with you on that, sister.
Well, good. I'm glad.
I'm with you.
Honestly, I am. Yes. I feel like that's when I get really excited about planning August, because I feel like, we're it's all new and fresh.
We're heading towards something right now.
Yeah, I love that. So
but with a house full of kids for ourselves, it's kind of the same thing. You gotta get them right. If they don't have the shots they need, you got to take them to get their shots.
Oh, certainly. You're back at the dentist. You're back.
You're doing all these things.
Yeah.
And it's just, you
kind of hemorrhage money that time of year, and that stinks.
Yeah, and time.
Oh, absolutely.
Money and time.
Maybe a financial show would be a brilliant one for back to school stuff. Because goodness, I mean, when you're talking doctor's appointments and all the stuff that goes with the back to school, you definitely need to plan for that a little bit. But it is a fun time of year, and it is a fun thing to kind of get those kids back re-engaged. When we talked to the principal, we had Tara Bush on and talking about re-engaging. For us, it's always been August 1st. We start the kind of process of reading more and requiring some of those things that we should be doing all summer. But we kind of dropped the ball on that a little bit. We dropped the beach ball on that a little bit because we tend to be at the pool a little more. Yeah. We tend to sleep in a little more.
I hold it against no one because I do the same thing. And I tell the kids, I'm like, look, if you give me the grades I want during the school year, I'm real easy during the summer. But when we get 3-4 weeks, maybe a month or so to the start of school, expect that you're going to be reading a lot more.
It's time to re-engage.
You're going to be turning these machines off a lot more.
That's it.
You're going to be outside as opposed to inside.
And outside learning necessarily, not just laying out there, swimming in the pool or whatever on the beach, but definitely, and it's time to soak up that time too now, because soon once we get back in school, it's busy on a different level than summer busy, so. It is. It's definitely about that time, and I can't get over just looking at the calendar when I was working on the work calendar, thinking, my goodness, I'm going to be gone, and I come back on August 1st.
And then it's time,
Yeah. So we've got next week. Rick and I are going to have a great week and a busy week.
Oh yeah.
Packing our last little bit in, so it'll be nice. I look forward to it.
And
but I've had a great week with you.
Well,
we've had a great week.
I was telling the Burning Issues guys this morning that this has been a lot of fun for me working with you.
I appreciate that. I've had a great time, and I wasn't for sure how it would go doing morning and then fair. And, I mean, we might show 6, 8, 15 minutes, but I'm there hours. Yeah. Like I get there.
Don't let the video fool you,
and it's
folks.
like 2 hours. And so I was curious how that was going to work all week, especially with my husband being on afternoons because he's not home in the evenings. But again, my oldest children are old enough to babysit the little bit I'm there. But it has been such a busy week that I was interested to see how we were going to make it flow, and especially not having any guests. Yeah. I was curious thinking, wow, we have no guests. That's very different. I mean, Rick and I, we'll have a day or two where it's just us doing this because there's so much to talk about. but to have 0 guests, I was interested to see how that was going to work.
The fair was the guest.
It was.
Bam! That's how I changed it in my brain. I was like, "Who's the guest?" I don't. The fair. That's right.
And it's so true. And we were fortunate enough in the very beginning of the week prior to being there to talk to a few of the people that were going to be there and see how things were going to go. But it's actually flowed very, very well. And I've had a great time doing it. You
put a lot of work in, and I know you're going to tell me, you're going to be like, no, stop. But it's true. You put so much work into this.
Yeah.
And I want people to know that. You come in, you do the show, you anchor the show, and then you leave out, and then you go to the fair, you're getting these recordings, you're talking to people.
It's fun.
But you put in a lot, and I think people should know that.
Well, I appreciate that. It's been a lot of time this week, but it's been a lot of fun.
It has.
I do love the fair.
From my side.
I love the fair. I was telling some of the hospital staff that I was talking to, you have to come and see some of these animals. For one, I love animals. And we have dogs and we have a turtle and we have fish, but we don't have the goats. We don't have the horses. We do go to a stable to love on some horses. And my one daughter,
love on them.
She likes to ride, so she helps clean stalls and brushes this horse. And,
That's awesome.
We love that, but we don't have those animals. So it's nice to go to the fair and get to see these animals. And like I said the other day, they know what a pig looks like. We see them all the time, but they don't get to put their hands on the pig and feel how scratchy how coarse the pig's hair is.
Hair is.
Or just to hear them. And so I was telling the hospital staff, you have to come and see. There was a miniature horse, which we all know are cute, but that had a baby.
Yes.
So the baby miniature horse,
which just blows my mind.
I know, it's so darling. And so I was making them. I said, "Come on, let's go. I want to walk with you. Come and look at this." And tell me how cute it is because I love it. Don't you sit there and go, yeah, whatever. Whatever. It's darling, dang it. I love it. It was so sweet. The whole thing was, fun. And I love being at the fair, and I love to watch people. I'm a people watcher anyway. And so I honestly love to watch people, even the ones that are flustered. Kids are tired, screaming, throwing a fit. I watched so many people as I was getting there in the evening that had probably been there all day like I was initially. Yeah. And so they're coming out of the fair with exhausted kids throwing fits. Kids crying,
one
parents
hip,
looking like they're,
you know
what I mean? Like making that face like they're almost to the car.
Get in the car, get in the car.
I know that feeling so well. You know what I mean? So I walk in just loving that part too, because it's real.
That's
and
real life.
It is part of the fair. And I love getting there when we were getting the kids bracelets for rides yesterday, seeing other people. The kids are so excited. They're planning their routes all through the rides. And then can we go to this barn? And then I really want an elephant ear from this place. Just listening to that. I love that.
The
so
excitement.
the fair is exciting. And I hope everybody goes out at least once. But the problem with only going once is they go to the typical spots, the rides maybe, or a couple of their favorite food vendors. There's so much to experience.
Yeah.
Like the hospital tent, I think, was a brilliant addition. And I think that unless someone has been there a couple different times to say, hey, let's go in and check it out.
See what's new.
There's so much to offer, so much. So.
I think that was brilliant too, just the hospital being involved in the way they have been all week.
The fun aspect of the community, and again, so many great things and so much great information to offer.
From radar guns to throwing junk food to comedians and colorectal comedians. I'm like, it's everything.
I know.
Cooking, stir fry. It was a lot of things going on this week.
Absolutely.
And just
entire body.
Just to them again, bravo. It's just
really absolutely.
Nice.
I think you're right. It's been a great week. So we'll keep it coming, and I hope they keep dishing it out. It's good.
Well, like you said, it's August is right around the corner. You guys have a big week next week. Rick Federici comes back, and it's just everything kind of ties back.
You'll be gone. You won't be with us on Monday.
On Monday, I will not, and then
she'll be back the rest of the week.
And Friday, I'm off as well. Yeah,
yes.
The other job when the other job calls,
that's
I'm
right.
in. So
that's right.
But so Monday and Friday, I'm definitely not here, and then after that,
yes.
And then after that, we're back, and we're
a unit again.
We're a unit again,
and we're gonna get our stuff back together and go forward.
Get back on track and things like that. But again, everybody, just thank you for the support you've shown this show. It really has grown. I think so too. We've had great
response, and I love that too. I feel like it's nice to know that people enjoy it as much as I do. I think it's fun. I love the information, and I'm glad people are liking it. It's a good time.
Well, and we were talking about it. And speaking of, and we'll end it with a little bit of this. I had some intestinal issues a few years ago, and having this whole thing with the hospital and even the show, I always wondered why there was not a show like this on the radio where you could call and ask some questions. You hear all the ads on the radio and on TV, and they're like they're always bombarding you with this and then a million side effects and this and a million side effects, but to actually have access to a program where you can talk and ask questions of your local hospital, it really is. I don't want to abuse the word, but it's brilliant.
And I love the fact too that if somebody does have an idea, if there is a concern that they have that we haven't covered or an issue, let us know. We'll do our best to get someone in, because we know we are not the professionals.
Yeah, we are not.
We're
doctors.
the audience that just with the has the microphone. That's exactly how I feel. I will do our best though to get someone in to be able to discuss those issues, because it is important. I've had a couple listeners mention things to me that I think are brilliant that I've put into the hospital at our production meetings and saying, can we work on this? Even it doesn't have to be immediate, but there are a few things that I think make for great topics because they affect so many people, and a lot of times we just don't know where to go for those answers.
And a lot of people they'll suffer in silence. They don't want to go, or they don't know who to go to.
Yeah, or they don't even realize that this is a common issue or something easy to fix. And I think the sports medicine, they did such a great job of that this week. It could be, with this Dartfish software that they're using, this is a new thing to the hospital, to the sports medicine program. And it's such a great idea, because it could be something so easy as you yourself having chronic pain, doing a repetitious motion, and find, if I do it like this,
change this way, I'm better.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
It helps the doctors pinpoint how to fix it, and it helps the patient realize, I can see it in front of me. I see why that is affecting me. I changed this little bit, and
just brilliant. And for me, with my issues, just changing my diet made everything better over the last 4 or 5 years. It's like it never happened.
That's amazing.
Just little things. So don't suffer in silence. Get yourself.
Let YoungerLife know.
Let YoungerLife know.
We will do our best to help you.
We are your conduit, baby. That's right.
So, we love being the middleman. We will find someone to help.
Where the middleman is actually appreciated and a good thing.
I like it. That's right.
All right. So that is it for today and the week. And have yourself a great weekend. And
thanks for joining us.
Rick Federici and you will be doing the show next week.
That's right. Have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend.
Thanks.
AM 1420, WIMS, Michigan City, a Girard Media Company station.
CBS News, I'm Peter King. After the attack on Nice, French President Francois Hollande says France will not be beaten.
They are evil and we can